We often waste time, not only by getting stuck in tasks that don't get us anywhere, but also by ignoring the signals our mind and body are trying to send us. The worst waste of time is, without a doubt, allowing automatic thoughts to take control of our lives, guiding us down a path we didn't choose. What you may not realize is that the simple act of letting your mind operate on autopilot can be one of the main reasons why you haven't yet reached your full potential. Taking control of your mind is not an easy task, especially since we've spent years allowing it to work automatically, often without questioning its intentions. However, with each conscious choice you make, by replacing a negative or limiting thought with an idea that empowers you, you begin to reprogram your mind and regain power over your own life. Mental transformation doesn't happen overnight, and it's not about forcing positive thoughts for no reason. True power lies in the ability to train your mind to recognize which thoughts are beneficial and which ones no longer make sense. For example, if you are faced with a problem and your first impulse is to think, "This is impossible to solve," your brain is already preparing to give up before you even try. Instead, if you change your perspective and ask yourself, "How can I solve this?" you will begin to activate a different mechanism in your mind, opening the door to creative and effective solutions. You cannot expect to change your life without first changing your way of thinking. You will not achieve different results if you continue to feed your mind with the same limiting beliefs as always. Every thought you choose has the power to reshape your reality, so it is essential to dedicate yourself to a mental discipline that allows for true transformation. If you allow yourself to reflect on your thoughts and recognize the negative patterns, you can begin to rewrite them in a way that empowers you. Before embarking on this deep dive into valuable information for a calmer mind, take the opportunity to like and subscribe to the channel. Your participation is what motivates us to create more and more incredible content. Don't miss the next video. We're on this journey together. Mental programming is not something that is done passively. It requires action and continuous practice. And, for an audience like the LGBTQIA+, this becomes even more relevant, as we have often been conditioned to live according to external expectations that distance us from our true essence. The words we choose to say to ourselves, especially when we wake up, have a profound impact on how we live the day. When you say, "Today will be a difficult day," your mind begins to look for evidence to confirm this idea. But if, on the contrary, you say, "Today will be a day of opportunities and possibilities," you train your brain to see solutions, chances for growth, and the strength needed to overcome any obstacle. This process of transformation begins the moment you decide to take control of your internal narrative. You may have even had difficult experiences in the past, perhaps related to your identity, acceptance, or external judgments. But these experiences do not have to be a burden. They can be valuable lessons that teach you to embrace who you truly are and move forward with greater strength. The past does not have to define your future unless you allow it to. Your mind is flexible, capable of changing its neural connections and adapting to new patterns, new beliefs, and new ways of thinking. Self-criticism and internal struggle are common for those who belong to the LGBTQIA+ community. We are often confronted with standards of beauty, behavior, and identity imposed by society that do not align with our true essence. Every time you tell yourself, "I am not good enough," or "I am not worthy of love," you are unwittingly reinforcing a limiting belief that does not reflect your true identity. These words are not universal truths. They are simply stories that you have told yourself over and over again over the years. As Stoicism teaches, true change does not come from denying past hardships, but from changing how we respond to them. If you see yourself as incapable of achieving what you want, your mind will look for ways to justify that belief, keeping you in a cycle of self-sabotage. But if, instead, you start adopting a new narrative, saying, "I am worthy of love and respect," your mind will begin to act according to that new story. Every action, every choice, will begin to reflect this new identity. This process of rewriting your beliefs is not a trick or a way to fool yourself. It is a conscious practice of choosing thoughts that empower you, that make you feel stronger, more confident, more aligned with who you really are. By saying, "I am learning to be more authentic," You are affirming your ability to grow and transform, and your mind will eventually accept that statement as truth. About 2,000 years ago, Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations that life is what our thoughts make it. He knew that the power of the human mind lies not only in thinking, but in choosing the right thoughts. When you choose to feed your mind with ideas of self-confidence, gratitude, and strength, you are, in effect, training your mind to align with these values. It's not just about affirming that you are capable, but about acting in a way that is consistent with that belief. What you think is what you receive. In many situations, especially in the LGBTQIA+ community, you may be challenged to prove that you are worthy of love, respect, and success. However, when you begin to realize that true validation comes from within, not from without, you begin to free yourself from external pressure. It doesn't matter what others think of you. What matters is what you think of yourself. What you choose to believe more than anything else is what will define your destiny. True transformation begins when you allow yourself to be who you truly are, without fear, shame, and guilt. This does not mean ignoring challenges or pretending that difficulties do not exist. On the contrary, it means acknowledging them, but not letting them dictate who you are or who you can be. Each day when you wake up in the morning, you have the opportunity to start over, to choose which thoughts will shape your day, your mind, and consequently, your life. The great and relevant philosopher Epictetus tells us about the control of thoughts. It is not the things that disturb us, but the opinion we have about them. This thought reflects the central idea of Stoicism, that control lies not in external circumstances, but in the way we choose to react to them. The philosopher teaches us that the way we interpret and think about events shapes our emotional state and our life, and it is our responsibility to shape these thoughts in ways that strengthen us. So, according to the great philosopher Epictetus, it is not the events themselves that disturb us, but the way we choose to interpret them. He teaches us that we have the power to control our reactions to life's challenges, because our thoughts and beliefs about a situation determine how it affects us emotionally. True freedom, according to Epictetus, comes from mastering our mind and being able to choose our responses, rather than being automatically governed by circumstances or emotions. So remember, change begins with you, with how you choose to think, with what you choose to believe. By taking control of your mind, you begin to shape the future you want, no matter what the past has told you. What matters is what you choose to create now. Every thought, every belief, every mental decision you make is a seed planted in the soil of your transformation. And over time, those thoughts will blossom into a new reality, aligned with your deepest truth.